Hey guys, Chef Jojo with ECO, and on this episode of Shift Drink, we're going to talk about my word for 2020, discipline, and how it can change, well, everything that we do. And as usual, we're going to have this talk over a shift drink. That tastes good. All right, discipline. Now I gotta thank Chef Ford _13 for kind of busting my chops a little bit. I have been struggling with what 2020 is supposed to be, and my last episode was about all of our hopes and dreams all wrapped up into resolutions and how we always set ourselves up for like failure in the beginning of the year. Have you written down your goals and 2020, and there's all this pressure. And to be honest, guys, I was really looking for some sort of light to go off, some sort of aha moment, if you will. And I say that a lot. I was looking for an aha moment. I was looking for this thing to go, that's your word. And man, I couldn't find it. I wrote down an entire list of everything that I want to do. I have 20 or 30 things on that, and plus I have scrap notes with more, and I'm not even finished. And I sat back and I was like, what the hell am I doing to myself? I mean, am I being too crazy? Like, I want 2020 to be the year, right? That's what everybody says. 2020 is going to be your year. I don't know. But what I do know is that I was piling all these lists on my shoulders and trying to carry it around. And I realized there's just no way I'm going to be able to do everything I put on my list if I don't set some sort of schedule or boundaries or regimen. And so my word I picked is discipline. Now, discipline, I'm stealing this from you, Jocko. I'm sure you're really never going to see this, right? But I'm stealing it from you. Discipline equals freedom. I've never really understood it, but over the past couple of years, and it's a lot of this reflecting I've been doing to make 2020 great and to help other people is like, it takes a lot of discipline to be successful. And nothing is like an overnight success. It doesn't work that way. Hell, ECO's been around since 2010. I started it like right after January, and I was like, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do something. To hell with derbies. We're gonna do something that's gonna be good for everybody. And I started it 10 years ago. That it doesn't seem like 10 years ago. Sometimes it really feels like 100 years ago. But I guess that's business. And when I gave my resolution thing, I said, you need to put your list together and find that one word that is a thread that's going to help you stay focused this coming year, this coming decade. Because remember, it takes a while. I'm still waiting for, that thing to explode so where I'm independently wealthy, if you like that. That would be probably the coolest thing, to be independently wealthy and you could do whatever you wanted. I'd still probably do these videos and try to help as many people as possible. But let's just take that one idea that I've been ranting about for the past 6 or 8 months about running a 50K. Well, I guess a marathon's not good enough because I'm crazy. I've got some races picked out. I've got my half picked. I got my full picked. I'm just trying to figure out what 50 I want to do. If it's going to be a 50K or what. Now, it's going to require an enormous amount of discipline to actually run these races because there's been days that I don't feel like running, and you still have to run. Chael Sonnen always says that he'll take discipline over passion. Discipline is getting up when you don't want to. Discipline is going into work and getting the job done. Discipline is making your bed. Discipline is doing the sit-ups, the push-ups, the workouts. Discipline is not having that extra shift drink. Discipline feeds your soul into becoming free. I remember about a month and a half ago, I took my to-do list and I scheduled it for the week. And I like went Sunday to Sunday, and I scheduled in half-hour blocks everything I wanted to accomplish. And I gave myself breaks in there. I was very reasonable about it, and it was the best week I've kind of had as far as being productive and being relaxed. And you know what? I even scheduled, 5:30, wake up, shower. All right, sorry, reverse that. 5:30, get up, stretch, yoga, run, shower, drive to work. All of that was broken down, and I just referenced my schedule. What should I be working on? Oh, okay, because with my ADD, I'm all over the place, I think of a song where I'm writing an email, next thing I know, ooh, I should listen to that. I haven't heard that in a while, and then 40 minutes later, I'm deep in a wormhole on some 1980s hip-hop band, or like, I can get distracted easily. I don't know how any of you guys can get distracted easily, but it's also what keeps me like energized, what keeps me like excited about what I do. And if I really get focused in on something and I get some momentum behind it, that was one of my other words I tossed around, then I can really get it done. But for all the goals that I want, it's going to take step by step by step. I'm going to have to really, really be disciplined. And I'm going to have to focus my energy on systems, not goals. And when you create a system, it's going to ask you to do something every day. So I can't train for this marathon in 1 week. It's going to take months. If I want to do a 50K, it's going to take me months and months to get conditioned to do it. If you want that job, that promotion, if you want one of those things to be able to change your life, if you want to lose 50 pounds, if you want to stop drinking as much, if you want to do any of these things, how are you going to do it? You got to be disciplined. And it starts with the small stuff, like maybe I'm only going to have one shift drink during this episode and then that's it, Or when I get up tomorrow, I'm going to run. And I'll post some of this stuff on our stories. I hope you don't get tired of it. Just use it for inspiration. Find your discipline. Find your word. When I thought of this, I got so excited. And I'm probably talking faster than I normally do, but this is it for me. This is me mapping out everything that I want to do over the next decade. I'm going to try to use discipline to change my life. And, I was talking to my mom this morning on the phone. We were just catching up after the new year and everything. And I was saying, I've been really successful in the industry. Like where, I've learned how to do these big events, and I've been very fortunate and lucky and taking that next step and moving up from, a little kid from Tallahassee trying to find his way and, own a restaurant or something like that. And I've really found a way to provide for my family and still do what I love to do. And, if I could have applied that same discipline climbing that ladder with other projects, who knows? Who knows what could have happened? But I know that I'm very happy where I am, and I know that discipline got me there. How can I apply that same discipline that made me successful in the business to my everyday life? That's the question. That's the question that we all complain or ask ourselves in this business, right? Because it's so much easier for us to worry about the kitchen than ourselves. I'm going to say that one time. It's so much easier for us to worry about the kitchen than ourselves. It seems like it's a trait that we carry around. We worry about the team. I was talking to somebody on YouTube and he was complaining about his job and I messaged him back. I'm like, it sounds like you might want to go somewhere else. And he's like, nah, I'm going to stick it out with the people that I work with, There's a band of brothers by fire kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. That's who we are as a kind of group. And we really kind of need to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, who will? And I mean that personally and for others that are in this industry. That's what ECO is about. That's what Shift Drink is about. Hell, a few minutes before I started to film this one, I was on Facebook Messenger and I was just talking to somebody who just started in the business and, some of his woes and just trying to find his way. Discipline every day, doing it over and over is what we have to do. Think about all those prep cooks that don't prep their station in the middle of the rush they're out. You have to have the discipline to set yourself up for success. And for those of us that find success in the business, typically are very disciplined when it comes to the kitchen work. outside of that, man, we all struggle a bit. So I'm going to take that outward discipline that I've applied in the business, and I'm going to try to apply it to everything that I do personally, with my family, with my wife, with my kids, with you guys. Discipline 2020. That's what it's about. Now, I'd love to hear what your word is if you picked one. You know, Chef 40, when he was busting my balls, he's like, it's just a word, you know, laughy, cry face, or whatever you want to say. And for me, it is and it isn't. I was putting my foot down. I didn't want it to fall down to the pressures of like what's going to be next, but I also want something more. And I want to find what is next. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to create a plan with goals and systems, and I'm going to apply it. And the only way you can apply it day after day after day, even when you don't want to, is to find that discipline. Well, this is my thought. These are my thoughts on my word. I do want to know what your word is, and, you know, put it up in the quotes or, you know, comments. That's it, comments. And if you like what we do here and you want to follow us, you can hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and so you can get notified when we put up new shift drinks or leave it on the lines. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat I'm working on. And if there's somebody that has helped you find some discipline or some momentum in your career, take the time to say thank you. Send us a letter at chefeco@extremeculinaryoutfitters.com. And then if they are chosen, if your letter's chosen, you get $50 worth of ECO gear, and they get $150 worth of ECO gear. That's kind of one of the ways that we want to give back. And, you know, follow us on any of the socials and check out our other videos, and please let us know what you think. As always, I'm Chef JoJo, and until next time, cheers.